What is going on, YouTubers? Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today in this video we're going to be focusing on a very tiny product that I got from Amazon.com. I'm pretty sure that all of you guys have heard the saying that great products come in small packages, and that's exactly what we got here. This is called the Nocobot Bluetooth headset. It's very inexpensive. It's only $14.99 and it's absolutely amazing when it comes to quality. Now, you guys know that I am currently working for the post office, and it's obvious to say that they do not allow for you to answer phone calls as you are driving unless you have something secure where your hands are on the wheel, both of the hands are on the wheel, and you're not grabbing a device in the hand. So then I said, well, I want to get something that it is not very expensive in case I lose it, in case it falls on the floor. Anything can happen at the post office. You can even get robbed. So I just said, you know, I don't want to get anything very expensive. I don't want to get those fancy brands or anything like that. I want something cheap and something that will get the job done. Well, this one here, guys, is very cool. I'm pretty sure that it could be rebranded because the box looks very generic to me. You guys can notice here that it doesn't have any logos whatsoever. Only this little band that could be made by the rebrander or whoever adopts the product. But yes, we do have the logo here, and this is supposed to be the Nocobot logo. As we can tell here, it says optimized for use. On the side is plain, on this side is plain, and on the back is plain. So actually all we have here is a barcode for inventory purposes. This is not an actual serial number. Also, the color that I got is coffee. Now this could be confusing because a lot of you guys might drink your coffee a little bit differently like I do. Some people like it black, some people like it with milk, some people like it many different ways. So the color coffee can be confusing for a lot of you. So let me go ahead and remove this band. Here we got the box. Opening the box, we're going to find the manuals. Now these manuals are actually very good. They explain all the functions of this device in English. It's telling you here how to power it on, how to power it off, pairing mode, answering calls, ending calls, rejecting calls, last number redials. This is very cool. Also, we got pause and restart a music. This is very easy. This is very common on any Bluetooth device out there. We got the multi-point connectivity. This I hardly ever use it, but in case you guys want to learn, you can easily read these manuals and know how to do it. Also, we got here the transfer calls between two cell phones. That sounds a little bit complicated, as you guys can tell here. And then we got the battery charging instructions. So yes, it is very basic, and I think it provides at the same time a lot of information. It's not very fancy, it's just a piece of paper, but again, it has some valuable information, so make sure that you guys do not throw it away. So let me go ahead and set this aside. Next, we got the USB charging cable. It uses its own, so it's not going to be the micro size, and maybe it's because this thing is so tiny that they couldn't afford to enter a micro size charger on there, unfortunately. And also the USB port here, or the cable, is very short. I would guess that this is about 4 inches long. So yes, guys, make sure that you are aware of it. And then finally, we're going to find here the Nocobot Bluetooth headset, guys. This is very tiny, and in case you want to use something as a reference, I have average fingers here, at least on my nail size, and you guys can compare that. Yes, it is very tiny. This is going to fit any ears out there. Now, if you guys have small ears, then I wouldn't recommend it because this thing will be very tight. And you guys can notice that it doesn't have any cushions whatsoever, which is my main complaint so far. I wish that it was rubberized. That way it could adapt to your ear style easier without pain. I did suffer some pain at the beginning with this one. It took me about almost 3 hours before I got used to it. I had to take it, you know, on and off, and finally I got used to it where I didn't even feel it. This thing is super lightweight, guys. You really can't feel it. Now, something that I don't have the information for is the battery inside. I'm not sure exactly how many milliamps it is, but I know that it will last you 4 hours of straight usage, which is absolutely insane. The only way I can see that you guys could spend that much time with this thing is if you're listening to music, or if you're in some sort of romantic phone call, whatever kind. Then that's the only way that you might be using this for 4 hours. But in my case, I might use it maybe for 10 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, sometimes to take a quick phone call and whatnot. And now let's go ahead and take a look briefly here around the product. On this side, we're going to find the multi-function key. This is going to serve us to power it on, to power it off, to answer and decline phone calls, and also to pause and play music and so on, which is very cool. We got here the main microphone. Now, something impressive about this product is that when I first got it, I started calling some family members as I usually do. And after talking with them for about 5 minutes or so, I said, well, I am using a Bluetooth headset that I just purchased from Amazon. How are you listening to me? Well, even though I was inside of the vehicle with my windows closed, I was on my personal vehicle, I was on my way to work, they couldn't tell the difference. I mean, they were absolutely stunned. They thought that I was just using my regular smartphone, and that's very important to me, guys, because again, mic quality and speaker quality is super, super important to me. With that being said, the LED light is going to be on this little tiny hole that you guys see right here. Now, something that I noticed about the LED light is that it's actually illuminating the whole bottom part. It comes in two different colors. I think it's red and blue, and red means that you're running out of battery, and blue means that you are on a phone call or that you are paired, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that it comes in two different colors. Also, on the top here, we can find this little tiny hole, and this is where the charger actually connects, and this is the charger itself. Unfortunately, guys, it doesn't come with the wall piece, but you can use any 5-volt charger and it will be just fine. So here it is. It goes connected likewise. Very, very simple. So that's very cool as well. Then on this side, we got part of the speaker. As you guys can notice, I guess that this is for the bass of some kind. So yes, this thing has a very nice and compact design all the way around. It's very, very comfortable, but now, as I mentioned before, you guys need to give it some time before you can get used to it. I would just recommend take it off for 5 minutes, put it back on, take it off for another 10 minutes or so. Just take a little bit of a break until your ear will get used to it and you won't feel the pain anymore. So in this case, guys, or in this testing, we're going to be pairing with my LG V10. As a matter of fact, I have it already paired. As I said before, this is going to serve as a multifunction button. If you want to power it on, just hold it for about 2 seconds and you're going to see your LED light coming on. That's only to power it on, but if you're using this for the first time, make sure that you guys hold it for about 3 to 4 seconds until you see the blinking light. I think it's going to go red and blue. Let me make sure that I am giving you here the correct information. Right now I am pressing on it and you guys can see there that right now is blinking red and blue. That means that we are on pairing mode, but in my case I already paired with the device, so I really don't have to worry about that. So let me go ahead and power this thing off again. There we go. To power it off, you need to hold it for another about 3 seconds or so. So let me go ahead and power it on, and this time without the pairing mode. There we go. And when it's not in pairing mode, it's just going to blink blue, as you guys can see. So now we go here directly into the smartphone. And now let's go into settings, which I should have around here. Let me just make sure. We got Bluetooth, and there it is. It has paired already, so that was quite fast. Now, even though I want to provide the best testing for this little product, I really can't. I'm going to try to get my microphone as close to it as I can, because I'm just going to be playing my own video. I really don't have any ideas on how I can place a phone call. Maybe I do a separate recording with the device through my phone to see if I can actually provide that sound quality so you guys can see how well the microphone is working. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try that right now. Hey, what is going on YouTube? This is Jay, and right now I am currently testing the microphone on the Nocobot that I purchased from Amazon.com. Again, I am just doing a basic testing so that you guys can see the quality of this microphone. Alrighty guys, so right now we just tested the microphone on the Nocobot Bluetooth headset, and I think it's absolutely amazing. I just confirmed that yes, it was working through the Bluetooth on my device. I just went here on my smartphone and I started recording with the voice recorder, as you guys can see here, and yes, everything was super successful, so that's very, very good. That recording was provided just a moment ago. In case you guys didn't know the difference, I will try to provide some sort of logo or something on the video around here, so you know that I was using the mic on this particular device. So we just have now completed the testing on the speaker itself, and hopefully you guys heard it. If you didn't, I do apologize, but just take my word for it. This thing has tremendous sound quality. I mean, it's not something that will blow your ear, but at least it's decent enough for you guys to listen to phone calls out there with the traffic noise, the wind noise, whatever the case may be. You guys will be fine with this device. Keep in mind that it will only last about 4 hours, so if you guys are going to use the music, use it moderately if you want this thing to last the entire day. Or you can just purchase 2 of them and then have a spare one for when this one runs out of battery. That's another idea I can suggest. But other than that, guys, this thing is absolutely amazing, very inexpensive. The only little complaint that I have about it is the harsher plastic that some people may not find it very comfortable, depending on your ear size. So just keep that in mind. This thing is not rubberized whatsoever. So with this being said, I think I have completed the testing on this little unit. I know that there's not much to say about it. Just try to test it the best way possible. At least I was able to complete the microphone test. I think it's very cool for $14.99. It's definitely worth it. And again, if you guys do have any questions, as always, make sure that you write your comment on the section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.